This is Steve. And this is his car.
Steve, thank you very much for coming out and letting us film in your amazing GT3.
My pleasure.
I've just actually said one of the first things I was supposed to ask you is, so what is this car? Tell us about it. And I've already told everyone what it is.
It's a Porsche GT3. It's a 991.1. So it's fairly old now in reality.
What age were they actually around, the 991s? Do you know the years that they were around? I'm trying to think.
I think 13 was
2013. Was it?
2013. This is the 2014. This is originally on a 64.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, and it's the .1. So it's the 3.8 naturally aspirated.
Yeah. Yeah. Good naturally aspirated car.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
No turbos.
No turbos
on this one, yeah.
No. I managed to get this one before they all went turbo.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, it's lovely. And obviously you've had this bespoke
I've had the
martini
car,
kit sort of thing put on it.
Yeah. I got the car 2 years ago. I got the car in, I think it was May 24.
Yeah.
And it was a white car. I've always loved white cars. The last Porsche that I had was a white one. And, I thought last year, you know something, it's a nice white car, do lots and lots of sort of little car shows, car clubs, cars and coffee, that sort of stuff. And I've always also loved the old Porsches from the 1970s, you know, the Le Mans eras.
Yeah, of course.
And I just happened to see one. I think I was just trawling through Instagram or something, and I saw this car that was 1970s Le Mans with a martini on it, and I thought, you know, that looks stunning. So Craig, mate of ours,
yeah, of course, Craig,
had a chat with Craig, and he said he knew somebody that could do it. So
yeah,
that was the beginning of Chalky's sort of I guess
bespoke livery.
Yeah, that's
sure.
right. Yeah.
Totally right. So how long have you actually owned the car?
2 years.
Oh, so it's only quite recently.
Yeah,
then?
2 years. Bought it in May 2024. This one.
Nice.
Before this one, had a Carrera 2S.
Right.
Which again looked like a GT3 but wasn't. It had got the factory aero kit on it.
Yeah.
And that's me all over. If you know me well enough, you know that I'm no shrinking violet. You know, the boy loves a spoiler.
Yeah.
So I just thought to myself, you know something, I'll just for a year have it as a martini car.
Wow, that wasn't supposed to happen. Well, there we go. We've already had one camera fail. Bloody hell.
Do you want to pull over?
I'll tell you what, let's see if we can. Yeah, I might just have to put it somewhere it's a bit less. Sorry, mate, it's not done any damage to the car, has it?
No.
That's worth checking. Is the other one down the road, is that still on?
No, well, I can't see the 360. That one's all right.
Yeah, 360 behind, I can see that one, that's fine.
Okay.
That's classic. We've only got 5 minutes down the road, it's already fallen off.
So, introductions over. It was time to ask a very important question.
So, first of all,
yeah.
Obviously the channel's called Because I Love Cars.
Yes.
Why do you love this car?
Why do I love this car? I've always loved Porsches, right from the 70s. A friend of mine had an old 930 Turbo.
Yeah.
And I can remember being picked up, I lived at Keyworth at the time.
Yeah.
Picked up down the Fossway towards Leicester.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing absolutely flew. It sounded amazing. It was just an absolute dream. And I thought, you know something, one day I will own a Porsche.
Yeah. So it's like childhood dream
It's childhood
realised?
dream. Yeah, it's childhood dream. You know, some people have, you know, a Lamborghini on the wall or something like that. For me, it was always a Porsche. I suppose growing up in the 70s and being interested in motorsport as well, rallying, you know, a rally car, a Porsche rally car was just like the ultimate. And I thought to myself, you know, one day I'm either going to have to have a Porsche or rally a Porsche or do something with a Porsche. And so I eventually bought a Porsche Boxster for the wife. That was probably about 20 years ago now. And just thought, you know, one day I'll have a 911. And as I say, kept the Porsche Boxster for a while and bought the 911, the C2S.
Right.
The wife, Sarah, cried when I got rid of that. That was her baby, but understood I had to scratch the 911 itch.
Right.
And as I say, kept that one for, crikey me, maybe 12 years or something like that. A bit of a garage queen. And then thought, I retired 2 years ago, and I thought, you know something, if I don't do it now, I'll just never do it. So
it's a retirement present to yourself, almost.
It's a retirement for all those early mornings and late nights. That's right, and all the graft that you do over the years. So bought it 2 years ago. Why a GT3? For me, it's the ultimate usable, everyday supercar.
Yeah, cool.
You know, GT3 RS would love one, would absolutely love one, but everyday use, not sure. I find this.
It'd be a bit too firm. I mean, this obviously has already got quite a firm ride as it is.
I'm
right now on these country roads. I'm glad for these comfort seats.
Absolutely.
But having said that, you know, the GT3 RS would just be on the next level.
It would.
That would be absolutely horrendous, to be honest.
I'm not sure that I could live with it on a daily basis, because the whole point of me having this is it's not a garage queen. It's not a weekend car. I actually bought it to drive.
So you use this almost as a daily?
As a daily.
Right.
The wife has got, or we have got a Lexus RX, and a recent acquisition, a Jag F-Type convertible.
Oh, right, nice.
But this is my daily drive.
Wow.
So
so you're daily driving a GT3 Porsche?
Yeah.
Did you ever think you'd be doing that?
Not really, no. I always thought if I got one, it would be sat in the garage for 5 days of the week, and then just, you know. But maybe if I was still working, it would be.
Yeah.
But I'm a great believer if you've invested this amount of money in something.
For sure.
And you love cars, and you know, because I love cars, I would want to drive it. And it's an opportunity like today. Nice day, get out, country road, why not drive it? You don't have to drive it stupidly.
No. That's interesting, because obviously, you know, that's one thing I always get in some of my cars when I'm driving them, is everybody assumes that you drive everywhere in them 150 miles an hour. It's not possible. Like what you actually do is you have the little blast every now and again. I'm assuming. This is similar. Like, you can drive it every day because it is that usable, but then when you want to blast, you can just tow it and it will go, kind of thing.
I think you're right, Ed. You've got to be respectful of the environment and the things that are around you, and
the road users.
And you just can't drive like a lunatic, particularly when you've got a GT3 covered in martini livery.
People will know it.
People know it, and listen, you know, I like a bit of fun, but I am not going to go stupid and put other people's lives at risk, put my own life at risk, and you know, I just don't do it. So, you know, we're coming into a 30 mile an hour limit now. I respect the 30 mile an hour limit. If it's a 50 mile an hour limit, you respect that. You have a little blast every now and again when it's fit and proper to do it.
Correct. And I could not agree with that more, because there's so many people who look at a car like this and they would assume something about the driver, that, I'm just going to be a nuisance through villages, going to do that. Like, we're just cruising along now. The exhaust isn't wailing.
No.
We're not disturbing the peace.
Absolutely.
And we're just enjoying the fact that we've got this car available to be able to do what we wanted to do today. But when we get into a bit of wider road where it's a bit straight, it's a bit safe, which we definitely should be in a moment, then we should be able to enjoy it in a different way. And I think Clarkson said something about that when he test drove the F12 Berlinetta Ferrari. I swear he said something like, everyone, well, what's the point of all that power when we've got speed limits? And it's like, we don't have to use it all the time. You can just pick and choose the appropriate moments, kind of thing. I'm just going straight over at these crossroads.
I find, to be honest, Ed, 30 seconds of driving this as a GT car is enough to make you smile all day long.
Yeah, that camera is not surviving, is it? I'll put that one on the floor. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll carry on with that.
So, you know, 30 seconds and you just then pull back and you think, crike, this is a car and a half.
So I think we've got some straight roads ahead. So if you want to give it a bit, now that we're out to the 30 zone, feel free to do so.
Coming into here, clear road. So, I mean, like we are now, it's a clear road. You can hear it. You can just hear the exhaust.
It's got an incredibly smooth pickup, hasn't it?
It has, and I think
really smooth.
That's what I like about it. But if you really want to, you can go.
Fantastic.
So you can see if you want to play, you can have a bit of a play.
Yeah.
But you don't want to attract unnecessary criticism or adverse comment because you're a lunatic.
No, of course.
Those days are gone. I'll end up like this car in the ditch bottom.
Yeah, I was going to say
careful.
that is not what you want, is it?
That's obviously
burnt out.
Yeah.
Someone's put it through the barrier. How have they done that? They've gone the wrong way round.
Yeah.
Completely spun that round.
They've probably stolen it and set fire to it, to be
Well,
honest.
that's unfortunate, isn't it? But yeah.
But no, you know, I'm getting on a bit now, Ed. I'm 69 this year.
69.
So I'm one of those geriatric drivers now that you know, think he can still do it, but clearly can't. So.
Have you been on track with it? Have you ever taken it on track?
I haven't. I'm going tomorrow. I'm going to Blighton tomorrow.
No way, Blighton Park.
Yeah, I'm going to Blighton tomorrow. Now, whether I will be tempted, I haven't booked it on, but I've got a good friend Richard who's tracking his Porsche tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Chris as well. He's taking his up. It's whether or not I've got the balls to have a go.
The good news is Blighton has got so much runoff.
Right.
Even if you do get anything slightly wrong, there's loads of space.
Right.
And to be honest with you, out the back, there's a big sort of opening left-hander that opens up onto a big straight.
Okay.
This will feel absolutely mega there.
Will it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And through the chicane and bits and bobs, and around the second hairpin, it'll be absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I'd like to do it. I'd like to do it, but I'm afraid I don't know whether I'm good enough, whether I'll end up spoiling somebody else's day, and I'm just thinking to myself, I'd rather do it when I've got an instructor with me as well who can perhaps give me a little bit of tuition.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's something that BILC is doing at some stage.
We are looking at that. I personally have been asked a couple of times to go and help people on track and give them a bit of advice. It's definitely something I could help you with, Steve, if you want it. But having said that, that is one thing that we want to try and do at BILC in terms of, you know, like we're calling it, you know, BILC racing, but it isn't really racing. It's more like if you've never been to the track before, exactly like you've just said, a little bit nervous, not too sure. We will be there at the track, and I or someone else who's very, you know, experienced at doing track work can talk you around it, or even take you for a demo lap and drive it for you and show you this is how you do it.
That would be my idea of fun, because to be perfectly honest, you know, there's track etiquette, isn't there, for a start? And you know, you want to make sure that you know what you're doing before you actually go out there. And you know, to go around, do a few laps with somebody that knows it and knows what they're supposed to be doing, and then just gradually build yourself into it.
And that is one thing, track days, that everybody gets wrong. You always get the overconfident people straight out the pits, first corner, they're in the gravel, because they just don't understand. So having someone with a little bit of help, and that's why I thought if we did set that up with BILC, our members, if you're a member of BILC, come down to the track day, we'll announce which tracks we're going to on which day, come down, and then you can effectively enjoy a bit of entertainment, a bit of a day where you're not stressing about effectively, am I doing it right, am I doing it wrong, am I dangerous, am I not dangerous, am I enjoying it, am I getting the most out of it? Am
I going to get black flagged? I just don't want it, you know, particularly if you're driving a GT3 with Martini delivery.
I was thoroughly enjoying my conversation with Steve and our drive through the countryside, but I wanted to know a bit more about his plans for the future.
Oh, so here's a question.
Yeah.
So, obviously you've got this retirement present to yourself.
Yes.
Well deserved. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
However, is there anything else? Is there any other car on your radar that you'd think maybe you have this for a few years and then you think, you know what, I'll try that one next? Is there anything?
I mean, we've talked about the GT3 RS and how, as a daily, I'm not sure that it would be right.
Yeah.
But it's still an itch that I desperately want to scratch at some point.
Do you think it would be a 991 like this, or it'd be maybe a 992, or even a 997 earlier version or something?
I personally, I think the 997 or the 991. I think after that they just went just a little bit too
track.
Too Larry.
Yeah.
I mean, no disrespect. I mean, they look stunning, but they've grown in width and length. And whilst I love them, I don't think it would be the one that I would buy. And basically, not just about the cost of them, because the cost of them now are just absolutely
they're a lot of money.
Horrendous.
I think and now they're depreciating. I mean, the overs that were on them previously were absolutely massive, and now it's all gone. That market has disappeared. So this sweet spot with the 991 and the 991.2 even.
Yes.
That sweet spot.
Yes.
I personally think the sweet spot for the GT3 RS was the 991.2. So
Right.
the facelift of this.
Yes.
Because it just had those slightly bit of tweaked aero parts on the front, which I think made it look absolutely incredible.
The ones with the grooves in the wing sides and things.
When you had the bigger rear wing, it looked right.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because I think the Dot 1 didn't have the upgrades towards the front, but had the massive wing, and then it looked out of place.
Yeah.
Whereas this GT3 suits it with the front and the back. It works well. I think it was an interesting thing that they changed, to be fair.
The other thing, Ed, as well. I mean, I was only saying, I think last night at the Coopers, that I think in your lifetime you've got to, if you can, and I'm not saying that I can, you've got to at some point own a Ferrari. Now,
excellent.
Now, a lot of people have said to me, "Don't be ridiculous. You can buy one. We could probably buy one. It's the running and the ownership cost of them."
So it's the ownership that's putting you off buying one.
It's the ownership costs. I mean,
that's interesting.
Listen, I could buy a Ferrari for the same money that I've bought this.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
And the thing that stopped me at the time, because there was a 430. I think there was a 430 that I could have got for about 90 grand.
Yeah.
And that's this sort of money.
Yeah.
But
again, great car. 430
absolutely
of its day was absolutely astronomical car.
Yeah. But people tell me, and I've got no first-hand experience. People tell me that you've got to be probably putting maybe £5 a year to one side just for maintenance costs. Now, I don't know, Ed. You've got a Ferrari yourself, so whether or not that's sort of true. Don't get me wrong. This is just coming up for its 2-year service.
Yeah.
So you're looking at almost £3,000, I think, for a 2-year service.
It's a couple of years. I was going to actually ask that. So, what are the running costs of this particular car then? So, if you average it out over the 2 years that you've owned it,
speed bumps. Yeah.
That is, I should have checked that, Steve. I did not know there were speed bumps on this road. I've procured this route.
Don't worry. I've got axle lift. I'll put axle lift on this one.
There you go. Flexing.
There you go.
Flexing now.
That's it.
Flex the axle lift.
That's it. So axle lift gets us over, but it's still got the bumps. The cost, Ed. In reality, it's not cost me a huge amount of money. It was serviced by Porsche, obviously, when I bought it 2 years ago. And in all fairness, this service now at sort of £2.5 grand, £3 grand. If you say, well, that's £1,500 a year for a car like this, a GT car like this, I think that's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
Perfectly acceptable.
The performance. If you think about the performance, like if you were on, there is. So what did you say? This was 475. This is
475 horsepower. Yeah, it's the Dot 1, so it's not the 500 plus. Yeah.
I am a strong believer that any car on the road that is more than 500, I think my 458 Italia is 560.
Right.
I can't use it all.
No.
There's no road where I'm absolutely wringing its neck. I have been lucky enough to do a lap once round Silverstone.
Right.
And it was unbelievable to see the performance that the car was capable of.
I bet it was, yeah. Particularly your hands. Yeah.
But I was like, I probably didn't take it to 99%. I was probably at 91% because I was like, I don't want to do the wheels. I don't want to curb it. I don't want to stone chip. Ugh. So I was too precious about it round the track. So I didn't. Yeah. But I could even see it, like 90% of what it should be doing or what I would push.
Yeah.
It was still unbelievable.
Yeah.
But on the road, it's those, like you say, 30-second blasts. That's all you can get because you've got a corner, or you've got traffic, or you've got a tractor, or you've got something.
You just don't know what's around the corner, so you can't be stupid, can you?
Exactly.
Because these things, whilst they go very quickly and they stop very quickly, neither of us probably now at our age have got the reactions of a
21-year-old.
Well, yeah, or even yes, a race driver or a rally driver. It's just not there, mate. Now, so you have to understand that, and you're absolutely right. I mean, whilst I will give this the beans at times, and you know, you've got sort of 7,000 revs. This thing will rev up to 9,000 revs. It'll go like an absolute train. I haven't got the gooners to do that. And if you have, fair play to you. But my view is not on the road.
I see, that's the thing. It's like even on a very quiet Sunday morning road, where are you actually going to deploy in fourth or even third gear your full 500 horsepower, 550? No. It's not possible because you'd be doing illegal speed straight away.
Absolutely.
So I think there's that sweet spot for a road car of somewhere between that sort of 450 and 550, where you're getting, there's more in the car. So you feel like you're not sat there going, I wish this car had more.
Yeah.
But you're also in a situation where it's very enjoyable power.
Yes.
If you've got, this is why I'm sort of like, I've never driven one on the road, or I have driven one on track, is the 720S McLaren.
Oh my
720
word.
brake.
Oh,
what are you going to do with that on the road? I know there's a lot of people who absolutely love them. I have spoken to dealers and people who have told me that they just snap your neck. They're not really enjoyable. They're just, if you can either drive around posing it, or you can't really deploy everything that you need to deploy.
Yeah.
So we're sort of going over that way and then to the left, if that makes sense. But not a sharp left. Yeah, straight on. That's it. Straight on to the left.
The thing is as well, Ed, you're absolutely right. I mean, something like, 600 horsepower or 700 horsepower, you've got to be some sort of superhuman to actually wring the neck out of that, and I just don't think this country hasn't got the roads for it. I don't think either.
I think that's why professionals, people like Chris Harris, who is a professional racing driver and a car review professional. Even he, when he's going mad, he does it on the track.
Absolutely.
He doesn't review a car solely on the road.
No. He'll drive a car on the road.
He will,
and he'll say this is a nice car or this is not a nice car or whatever on the road. But if you want to sort of get the performance element out of it, or test the performance element, you've got to be on a track. There's no doubt about it. There's got to be on a track.
Well, that can be your thing for this year, then, Steve. We'll get you on track.
Yes.
We'll give you a bit of support, and, to try and get you the best out of this car.
Wonderful. Yeah, because that's the only thing. I probably, like you've said, drive it only to about maybe 70% of its capabilities. I'm probably only capable of driving it to 80% of its capability. But the idea of having a go at it is what life's about, isn't it?
So I definitely think so, and I would encourage anyone who's interested in cars. Like, if people are watching this video, they are obviously car people, and I would encourage everyone who's a car person to go and try what they can do on track. Now, I'm a firm believer that even me, who is not by any means a professional racing driver, I'm just a racing driver, and I can do it, and I can do quite well. I was quite good in my day when I was racing, but even from my side, I'm confident I could get someone like yourself from your 70% up to your 90%.
Right.
But to get from your 90% to 99% or 100%, that's where it takes years.
Yes.
Those final few percent to get those final things. Like we could, I bet we'd go around the track and within half a day, I could shave 10 seconds off your lap time.
That would be the ultimate aim.
To get those final 2 or 3 seconds, which is, or even half a second, which is the absolute upper echelon, it takes years. It takes a long time.
Yes.
And that is actually, it's almost like the pursuit of that sometimes for a racing driver is more the enjoyment than actually just going around battering out times, blah, blah, blah. It's getting better and better every time. Sorry, we're heading over that way,
If
Steve.
you, Ed, could take me on track, and if you could, from the first lap to the last lap, if you could get me down by 10 seconds, and the car is still running. And
That's
the car is still in one piece.
And not in a barrier, and
not in the gravel trap too much. Then that would be my day made.
Well, we'll definitely have to set that up. We definitely have to set that up. That'd be great. I'd really enjoy that.
But as Sarah says, I need her permission first.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah, I can't just go like we are today and go and say, oh, I've done a track day today, and then she wouldn't be happy.
The thing is, you're on road tyres as well.
I am.
And so
yes.
you're going to be going through your road tyres. So they say, this is what I've been told. I've no way of verifying it, but it's an interesting point. 20 minutes of a professional racing driver fully hammering a road car on track is the equivalent of 5 years worth of wear on the car.
No, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you should mention it because Richard, who's going to Brighton tomorrow, effectively has a set of wheels and tyres that he uses on the track.
Right.
And you know, it's a Porsche at the end of the day, isn't it? And, and you know, that's not a cheap thing anyway.
It is a good idea though, because you don't knack your road tyres or your road wheels.
Exactly. You know, if you get in the gravel trap, you know, even though it's gravel, it's going to travel your paintwork off your wheels, isn't it, or something like that.
Yeah.
But no, I'd like to do it, and maybe, I don't know. This is coming up for its service and its warranty. It's got Cup 2s on it at the moment,
which are a great track tyre.
Which are a great track tyre. Maybe I should use the last 4 or 5 mil of tyre.
That's a really
on
good
the
idea.
track.
That is a really good idea.
You know, if I'm going to have to sort of put some new tyres on it at some point, why not just use the last 3 or 4 mil if necessary on the track?
For sure. I would definitely say if there is a desire to go on track, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are unlucky right now, and I know that the forward-facing camera for all the viewers fell off quite early on in our trip, so you can't see what's ahead of us. But we have just got traffic after traffic after traffic right now. It's very frustrating, but nonetheless.
It is, and I'm not going to be an idiot and go and tailgate them and then go by them, because
it's not fair.
If this does ever get out on YouTube, you'll have more comments about the divvy driver than anything else. But no.
Right. What we should do, Steve, is
At this point, I wanted to understand if Steve was completely happy with his car.
Oh, here we go. Great question.
Okay. All right.
Obviously, we know you love the car. We know you daily it.
Yeah.
Is there any one thing you would change about the car?
Oh dear me! Now there you've got me. How long have I got to think about this? No, you know something. I think that's a sign, isn't it?
Great.
What would you do to change it? I really would be struggling. Off the top of my head, and I just can't think of anything. Really can't think of anything that I would change on the car. Probably if I went to bed tonight and had time and thought about it, I'd come up with a few things. But in all honesty, Ed, I don't think there is.
Good.
On this particular one, the only thing that I think it lacks over where the Dot 2 was is the infotainment system. You know, it's pretty analog, the old one, which is why I've put Apple or Android CarPlay in, because I think if I'm honest, that was the only thing that I thought
yeah, I could do with something a little bit better, something that, you know, is a bit more 21st century.
But again, it's of its time, isn't it?
It is.
Oh,
you got
10, 12 years ago.
You've got to think about that. You've got to think about that. That's right. And you know, I think you have to forgive cars for that.
Yeah.
If you you know, if you want the car, it comes with those older bits and bobs.
Yeah.
If you went out tomorrow and bought an old 964 or something like that,
Yeah.
or a 993, you know, you're talking 80s and 90s stuff. Then
Yeah.
you've just got to be prepared, I think, to enjoy the car for what it is and what it gives you. You know, if you're worrying about infotainment system, it's a bit of a first world problem, isn't it? Really.
Definitely.
So
And it says that if that's one of the only things you're thinking about,
yeah.
not only you love the car,
Yeah.
that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
But it also suits you very well.
That's right.
That's what it means, which
Yeah.
is great. I
Yeah.
mean, for me, one thing on my Black Series,
Yes.
brakes.
Right.
I wish they were carbon ceramic, and I wish
Right.
they had a little bit more stopping power with
Yeah,
those carbon
yeah,
ceramics.
yeah.
And if they were carbon ceramics, you wouldn't get the brake dust drama that you get. And
Exactly.
those wheels on that Black Series need cleaning.
They're mirrored, aren't they? The
all
mirror
polished
chrome.
finish.
That's right.
You
Absolutely.
have to clean them all the time.
Yeah.
So,
No,
yeah.
you're absolutely right. Having said that, you know, this has got ceramics, and they do absolutely, you know, they've got amazing stopping power.
Yeah.
You don't get that problem with the sort of carbon dust and
Build-up,
all
yeah.
that build-up.
That'd be great for the track as well.
But people have reviewed the car and said that, you know, the steel calipers and stuff, you know, the ordinary everyday
the
stuff
normal road
is perfectly adequate.
So I do know from what I've understood from other people and watching
Yeah.
different things,
Yeah.
they're incredibly capable brakes.
Absolutely.
But like you say, if you're going to be hammering them on track,
Yes.
it's a two-positioned argument in the Porsche world.
Yeah.
Because some people say if you have the steel brakes and you track it a lot,
Yeah.
they're cheaper to replace when you wear them out.
Okay.
Some people say, well, if you track it a lot, you want the carbon ceramics.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's a toss-up between the two of what
Yeah.
the way you see it and
Yeah.
the way you prefer to drive the car.
I think you'd have to be doing fair number of track days as well to actually go through the ceramic disc. You'll go through the pads maybe,
Yeah.
but the actual ceramic disc should last you a while, shouldn't they?
Exactly. So the ceramics on the 458 that I've got,
Yeah.
it literally 2% worn, and it's how old is it? 11-year-old car.
I think you're not far off what this is. I think when I bought this, they did the carbon test on them, and again, you know, you've got 80% still available.
I think that either suggests that the brakes are amazing, or we both don't drive our cars.
Exactly. It's probably the latter, actually.
How they should be driven,
It's
yeah.
probably the latter. That's right. Yeah. But I do know, and I have felt that, you know, when you've been and had a bit of a spirited drive like we are today, we're pootling around, but we're having a bit of a spirited at times.
Yeah.
You know, they're still absolutely on the button when you want to brake hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, there's that. So yeah, to go back to your question, no, it's a 991.1. It's what you get on the tin, and I've got no qualms about it. Yeah. If you want something better, or you want something with you know, other aero or whatever, you know, go and spend another load of money on it.
Yeah. I think I don't think performance-wise, and I've been curious about this because, as we've said before, I've never driven one of these cars. It's one of the cars I've never driven.
No.
And you know, I can't think of another performance car for this price bracket, say 75 to 100k.
Yeah.
What is there to be able to get this level of performance?
Well, I think
I can't.
And use it every day, Ed, as well.
Especially to be able to use it every day, because you could think about something like, oh my goodness, look at the state of that.
I know.
You could think of something like a Lotus, but it's a completely different market.
Absolutely.
It's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
It's not the same kind of offering as what this does.
No.
I'm going to see if I can video this, because we haven't got a front-facing camera and people will not believe me what we're behind right now.
No.
This is what we're behind right now. I'm going to edit this and put it into the video.
Yeah.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't fall off on me, Ed, I'm just thinking. I'm keeping a safe distance, I think, to be fair.
That is what I'm worried about. But yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. In its price bracket, What else? Yes, you know, you could probably. Oh my word!
They were going around a bit faster.
Yeah, I'm going to say in the little Ago or whatever it is. I don't know.
So you think like what other cars are in that bracket? You think?
Yeah.
Okay, 75 to 100 grand.
Yeah.
Bentley Continental.
Great car.
Amazing car, but it's a completely different offering, isn't it?
It is. You know something as well, and you've hit the nail on the head there. And I've had this conversation. You know my age now. What will I get when I can no longer get in and out of this comfortably? And you've hit the nail on the head.
Continental.
GTC or GT, that is my next purchase.
That's a good point. So that answers the question we were talking about before.
Yeah.
Where there's another, you've got
there is another,
thing you got to scratch, you got to.
That's right.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
The Bentley Continental.
That's it. Yeah, definitely, most definitely. And you know, I'm not. You can pick them up for half the price of one of these.
Yeah.
This is a great thing about it in the head as well. You can just do that when you want to.
Yeah. Makes a really good noise. Doesn't it?
So yeah, Bentley Continental GT or GTC is definitely.
Sharp corner in. Yeah, this one's a bit sharp, isn't it?
Dab on the brakes.
And we're in. Yeah, the handling on this is just phenomenal, isn't it? Right.
By all means, Ed, have a drive of it while we've got the car out. If you want to, at some point, if you want to, if you want to swap, swap places before we.
I would genuinely love that. We're just coming into Buckminster.
Yeah.
And we should be able to find somewhere to pull over.
Yeah,
and if you are willing.
I'm absolutely willing. I've always said, you know, if you want to drive it on the understanding. If you bend it, you buy it.
It's on video, look. It's on video, so it's recorded. But yeah, no, honestly, I'd absolutely love to. As long as you're willing to let me do
absolutely,
that.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely, yeah.
And
to be honest,
the other day, I've got to return the favour by letting you go to 458.
Absolutely.
Look, I've got that on camera.
Yeah. There's no backing out now, Ed. There's no backing out.
I'll just say that will not be for everybody. If you come on the channel and I drive your car, that doesn't mean you get to drive one of mine. It's only because I know Steve. I know him and I trust him very well. But
yeah. Right, I'm going to pull up here, Ed, and then if you want to at some stage, just
we'll leave the camera running and we'll switch
over.
and
then you can then decide where you want to go.
Well, we've got that route there.
I was childishly tingling all over with the idea that I was finally going to pop my GT3 cherry. Once the nerves had subsided, we were off.
Yeah. Just flick it across there and you'll be in manual, okay.
Right, sound. Which way are we going? We're going left down
I think it looks like it. It looks like it.
That doesn't look...
Oh, no.
Hang on a minute. The camera's moving.
Oh, dear.
Wow, I'm actually driving a Porsche GT3. So I've been lucky enough to drive some absolutely incredible cars. I've driven a lot on the track in terms of doing supercar tuition with people.
Absolutely,
I've still never driven one of these.
I can't believe it, Ed. I can't believe it.
Remarkable.
Oops, hang on.
Oh, is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone. It's all right. Just pull in the corner here and we'll. Yeah. So, are we recording again?
Yeah, we're recording.
So you've not driven one of these in anger before, Ed, at all?
Never.
No.
And I'm certainly not intending to drive in anger, but I will do my best to get some.
Just to have a feel for the car.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah,
I mean,
I can't believe how stiff the chassis feels. I mean, we've been driving for a few seconds.
Yeah.
This is just so sorted out. This chassis is unbelievable.
I think so, and it's to be honest, on these roads you can actually feel it. You know, on the motorway where it's very smooth, it's absolutely as docile as anything.
This is why I can understand why it's such a good track car.
It's a good car.
So even that, very low revs, that's just 2,500 volt.
It's got.
That gearbox is phenomenal.
It's great, and the noise when it upshifts.
Yeah, that upshift. That just like, you know, I thought the DCT in the 458 was fantastic.
Yeah.
That was just. It's seamless. That is absolutely seamless.
You don't get any like lag or jerk, do you?
That is absolutely phenomenal. And these brakes are good.
Yeah.
These brakes, I can feel, this is fantastic. What a fantastically sorted out bit of kit. Wow. Right, well, we're going down this way.
Yeah, we're staying on this road for a bit. There's a few zigzaggy bits. It's playtime.
Yeah, it is. Steve, I can't thank you enough for letting me have a go at this.
Not
This
at
is
all.
honestly amazing. Right.
Doesn't it sound nice as well when you up and down shift?
Obviously, I can hear it from the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is, even though you're sat in the passenger seat, I know I'm hearing the same noise.
Yeah.
From the driver's seat and from the fact that I'm in control of the vehicle, it just feels completely different. It's a completely different sensation.
It is, and that's why I wanted you. That's why I wanted you to have a drive in it.
I wanted
you to have a drive in it and see how it feels. And from my point of view, this is the first time I've sat in the passenger seat.
Wow!
Because the wife just won't drive it. So
how
yeah,
does it feel
and it does. It feels great. It feels planted. It doesn't feel at all a worrying car.
And you don't.
I'm not braking or anything. I'm not braking or doing anything.
Well, you are putting a lot of trust in me, which I very much appreciate.
That's all right.
I am absolutely delighted with how this feels because honestly, even the downshifts as well.
Yes.
So that was fourth down to third into sort of 90 at 30 miles an hour. Don't horse on the other side of that hill.
No.
I thought I'd back off.
Yeah.
And now we've got a bit of a dip, so let's just be careful here with the nose.
Well, I've done that before. I've come down and under braking it dips, and the front splitter.
I didn't want to
honestly.
do that. I didn't want to do that at all.
At least you know what to expect.
A bit bumpy this road. I was hoping for a bit of a clean road. Oh,
yeah. Have we go
re-centre? I think we've actually missed a junction.
Oh.
Click re-centre. Yeah, it's telling us to do a U-E. Right.
Okay.
I'll find somewhere. We'll do a spin round. There's a little driveway there. Go back the other way. I think we've missed a turn.
Oh right. We were that excited.
We literally were so excited. I'll turn around in this one. Oh, good, nice bit of concrete there.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's what I need. But even at low speeds, so if this was the Ferrari,
Yeah.
so reverses. Oh, one up. So if this was the Ferrari, low speeds, you'd hear cracking.
Would you?
Creaking.
Really? Really?
It's solid. It's absolutely solid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we're literally on farmyard concrete right now, doing a bit of a 3-point turn out of somebody's driveway, and absolutely solid. I'm very impressed. Italian versus German engineering. There is a difference.
I've not obviously experienced the Italian engineering, but for me, as a car, to put a smile on your face, this does the job.
This is a great.
It does the job.
This is phenomenal. So I can understand why the guys at Supercar Driver and places and the guy at SCUK, what's his name again? I forgot his name.
I only know Josh at SCUK, the guy who does all the photographs and stuff like that.
Name, I've forgotten his name.
No.
Really nice guy.
Yeah.
Chatted with him literally yesterday.
Really?
I've forgotten already.
Okay.
It's bad form, isn't it? He's got one, hasn't he? He's got a 997, GT3.
GT3?
Yeah, I think so. He's got a red one.
Okay.
What a fantastic car.
Yeah. It's funny, you go to some of these meetings, Ed, and I love the car, and I think it's distinctive, but I still come away sometimes feeling like the poor relation when I go to some of these meetings. With some of the cars that turn up. Turn up, you think to yourself, blimey, I've only got a GT3.
I'll tell you what, no matter where you go, you think like even that guy who turned up to the Supercar Driver season opener in his Bugatti Divo, which is probably a £10 million car.
Really? No.
There was an old Bentley Le Mans car from like 1923.
What, a blower, like a Bentley blower or something like that?
Really old school thing.
Yeah.
So we go in. Hang on a minute. So I missed a turn. That's where we missed the turn.
Oh.
So hang on a minute. It's can't be going down that little track, surely not.
Looks like you want to turn around here.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bit of a loop there.
Yeah. Turn around there if you can get around where the van is.
Yeah, and it was like 15 million. and
Really?
just blew the Devo out of the water. And so no matter what car you turn up in, there's always someone who is going to have something more.
Yes.
You know, so if you start trying to do it to play that game, you're never going to win.
No.
And I also think if you are trying to play that game, you're not really a car enthusiast because you're buying a car for someone else.
Yeah, you're buying it just for the money, aren't you?
Or to impress someone else.
Yeah.
If you're not trying to impress yourself with what you want, it's not worth
Left
it.
here, Ed.
Yeah, so it's this dinky little road.
Yeah, this one here. No wonder we missed it, look.
Yeah, that is not a big turn.
No.
I thought we had some bigger roads than this.
And then we're down here and then turning right eventually.
So you do feel comfortable in the passenger seat with the
Yeah,
driver
absolutely.
seat, which is a
absolutely.
very nice feeling.
No, not at all.
That is scary when you see people come around the corner like that and you're like, I can't control that.
No.
No matter what Ed's doing, if they came into us, what would we do? Anyway.
That's right.
See, the trouble is now, Steve, I'm going to get out of this and I'm going to Rachel and I say, right.
Okay, shopping list.
Yeah, we're looking at the, I was looking at a Nissan GTR.
Oh my word.
To try and do some of the, you know, like when we do the drives for the,
Yes,
for the club.
yes.
Be like the lead pace car for the club.
Oh yes, yes.
Because I thought it's probably a little bit softer than something like this. It's probably just, if we do really long drives, it might be, if we go to Europe or something like that, it might be more helpful. But
Perfect,
now I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
I want one of these. I want a toy like this now,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in our little group, there's a guy called Mickey. He's got the R35.
Yes.
The grey one. I don't know whether you've seen it, but it's a gorgeous car. 600 horsepower.
What a noise. What a fantastic bit of kit. Very privileged.
And you know what I find is as well, when you come off the gas and go back on it, it's immediately there again.
Yeah, I don't know whether that is because it's got a light flywheel or... Yeah, that is just... And then they say you come off, down a couple of gears.
Cut down a couple of gears, you go round here, and you'll be on it straight away again.
Absolutely phenomenal. I love this steering wheel. This is incredibly comfortable. It's a very... I'll tell you what. The seating position, that's another thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Are we going straight over here? Click. There's a button there that says next stop.
Oh, where are we?
Left.
I haven't got my glasses on.
Yeah, that's it. You got it. We're already on past this one. So, the seating position.
Yeah.
This is one of the most comfortable driving positions I think I've ever sat in.
Yeah.
The Ferrari, my legs are over to the left-hand side.
Okay.
The Mercedes, my legs are okay with my torso, but the steering wheel is off to the left.
Right.
Based on the seat. Whereas this is very sorted.
I must admit, I've done a few miles in this, and it's very comfortable. You don't, and because it's got the comfort seats or the so-called comfort seats, you've got 14-way movements, so you can get literally every little piece
Where
of
you need to be.
Yeah.
This is a great place to be. Just going straight on, sort of to the left.
I think it's going down here, Ed. Yeah.
I mean, we are driving some, back lanes now. Aren't
Yes.
we? These are not.
These are not your normal roads, are they?
Or even A roads or anything. Sorry, A roads or B roads.
Yeah.
This is 30 miles an hour, sort of through villages.
Yeah.
But even
And we're
that is an
respecting
inch.
that.
And we are.
We are
But
respecting that.
And now we're into a 60.
That's it.
Dropping down a cog. Steve, this is brilliant. I absolutely love it. Oh, this is phenomenal.
Yeah. It puts a smile on your face, Ed.
I'm
which
sure
is what
you'll
which
see
is
on the camera. That literally just did put a smile on my face.
Yeah.
Oh wow! What a fantastic bit of kit.
It's funny because I've got a good friend, Chris. You know, Chris with the blue one. He's got the sapphire blue one.
Yes, Chris. Yeah.
We were talking the other day about things, and like me at the moment, he can't think of another car that at the moment he'd rather have.
Yeah. Give him what he needs.
That would give him the same as he's got here now.
It's not a turn. It's actually just following the road.
Yeah. It's always worth a little blip, though, isn't it?
Yeah. So, the big question, from this to the Bentley, I'll put it into third so we don't annoy the neighbours.
Yeah.
How long, Steve? How long
Well,
do you think this is going to stay with you then?
At the moment, I'd like to think that I'm not looking to move it on, so I'd like to think that I've got another 5 years in it. I really would. I really would, because I don't. There's just nothing out there at the moment that I would swap it for, other than if it was from the fact that I would then be in my early mid-70s, and I thought, you know, getting in and out of it, rolling out of it, as it were, you know, that I'd no reason to get rid of it.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Thinking about the idea that you'll be in your mid-70s driving a Martini liveried Porsche 911 GT3. I think that is literally what Because I Love Cars is all about. I don't think it could represent any more of what not only the channel but what the club is meant to be. You know, people enjoying their cars and not following the status quo. No, because that's what we're told to do. I'm
not like that.
Yeah.
People say to me, oh, you know, Martini livery, big spoiler on the back, blah 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 blah. Listen, this is me. This is my car. It's my money. It's my choice.
Yes.
I don't want to sound arrogant, but you drive what you drive. I'll drive what I'll drive.
Into the sunset.
Absolutely, and why not? And why not?
Fantastic.
I've got more years behind me, Ed, than I've got in front of me, and I'm determined to enjoy those years.
That literally is the sentiment of everything that we want to try and do with the car club. You know, we want, the point is that we're being told so often that what we need to do is turn to an electric vehicle, reduce X, Y, and Z. Oh, I need to recenter that on next step again. And the truth of the matter is, there's a reason why cars like this get under your skin and get into your soul. And I can't see things on the market. Like, let's just talk about some new cars that are on the market.
Right.
Lamborghini Temerario. Are you familiar with that?
That's the new. Is that the new electric? Is it hybrid? Yes.
The new baby Lamborghini hybrid. I'm not interested in that.
No.
It doesn't look bad.
No.
But because I know it's a Lamborghini and it's hybrid, I'm not interested.
Your brain can't compute, can it? Really?
I mean,
and you've got the new, and you've got the new Ferrari coming out as well, haven't you? Have a new Ferrari that's coming out, which is an electric car.
Yeah. What is that going to be?
I don't know.
Saying it might even be an SUV.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so. Wow, these roads are down here are pretty good.
Yeah.
This is definitely a road we need to use
when we do a road.
Yeah. But what is there? That's a good question. Out of the new cars that are on the market right now, is there any that you would choose?
No, honestly, there isn't. There isn't, because I mean, I've had the opportunity to have an electric car for the last 10 years. I've decided not to. I don't want it. I'm running an old Lexus 3 litre Lexus, and that does everything that I want it to do. Okay, it's a bit thirsty on petrol, but if I want to go out and change it now for an electric car, I've probably got to spend £40,000 or £50,000 to replace something like that. Well, that's an awful lot of fuel I can use in that time.
Exactly.
And okay, sooner or later they're going to get you, aren't they? They're going to make you have something electric. Until that time comes, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it.
Until that time comes, we're going to keep doing this.
That's right.
Big thank you to Steve for bringing out his amazing GT3 and letting me drive it. It really is an exceptional piece of driving machinery. If you have enjoyed this video, you might enjoy being part of the Because I Love Cars Members Club. Check it out at becauseIlovecars.com, and in the meantime, thanks for watching.
Right, just pull in the corner here and we'll. So obviously one of these tightens it up, doesn't it? But it's not that one, is it, that tightens? It's not